YouTube, a place for people to go to talk about the times they got arrested, or film the times they got arrested, because we all need views these days. This is part 2 of YouTubers who got arrested because we couldn't squeeze them all into one. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe for more. Vitaliy. One of Vitaly's early pranks put him on the map as well as in handcuffs. On June 16th, 2012, he and his cameraman were filming a video titled Russian Hitman 60 Seconds Prank, where Vitaliy would put a black suitcase in front of different strangers and say they had 60 seconds. And then one of them went wrong. Shocking.
Pranks!
Yo, chill.
You trying to get a laugh? I'm not a you laugh!
Oh, stop! Stop!
He and his cameraman were arrested for threatening to detonate a bomb. And just to be clear, Vitaliy never actually said there was a bomb in the suitcase, but what would you do if someone put a suitcase in front of you and said you had 60 seconds and then ran away? You'd think it was a bomb. Vitaliy was arrested again on May 25th, 2016 for trespassing after he climbed the Hollywood sign.
And all of a sudden I hear the police officer, get back down now, you're trespassing. No, I don't give up on my mission. I'm going up. Nothing's stopping me.
Well, police eventually caught him, but to his credit, it took 2 hours and him coming down on his own accord, so. 160 community service hours, 1 year probation, and a $3,000 fine later, he was arrested again! We could probably make a video dedicated to only his arrests, if we're being honest. Less than 30 days later, the Russian prankster spent 15 hours in jail after he streaked with the phrase "Trump sucks" across his chest at Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Calum McSwiggen. On June 27th, Calum McSwiggen got in an altercation with 3 men and subsequently damaged the car mirror and bumper of a vehicle belonging to one of the men. He was then taken into custody after deputies saw him vandalizing the car. Then he posted a photo of himself in the hospital on Instagram with the caption, "Last night was the worst night of my life and I'm really struggling to find the words to talk about it. We went out to a gay club to celebrate, and towards the end of the evening I was separated from my friends and beaten up by 3 guys. The authorities should have been there to help protect me, but instead they treated me like a second-class citizen. With 3 broken teeth and 6 stitches in my forehead, I've never felt so terrified to be a gay man in the public eye." But when police released his booking photo, they noticed that there were no injuries. And then it was revealed that he actually hit himself with the handle and the receiver of the payphone in the jail. After that, he was taken to the hospital and he admitted to doing that in a lengthy Facebook post. He pleaded guilty to vandalism and paid $400 in damages. Nina Unrated. In November 2015, YouTuber Nina Unrated, aka Denise Munez Torres, was arrested following a SWAT standoff for over 6 hours after she pointed a handgun at her boyfriend. She was barricading herself and her son inside while also filming a YouTube video about the whole thing. YouTubers, man.
The armed woman barricaded with her son was recording videos.
And now there is a whole house filled with police officers because I'm not going to make it past today.
Denise Munez Torres, an adult entertainer who goes by the name Nina Santiago on her popular YouTube channel, posted this tearful video blaming family and an ex-husband for driving her to this.
She was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent and child neglect without bodily harm. Alfredo Via, aka Pretty Boy Fredo. Alfredo Via was arrested on January 22nd, 2013 and charged with grand theft and scheme to defraud. Earlier this year, he uploaded a storytime video to explain that whole ordeal.
So we would have a receipt, but once again, the big items, you know what I'm saying, that cost like $1,000 and shit, wouldn't be on the receipt.
So basically, he had an arrangement with an employee at the electronics store that he would buy small ticket items and then steal big ticket items. So at least there was a receipt to prove that he bought something. And it even worked once. But him and his friends tried it a second time, and then it didn't work. In the video, he started getting emotional, talking about walking outside and walking past his mother after being arrested.
By the time we walked out, my mom had just pulled up, bruh. My mom, she just pulled up, bruh.
Jake Duffner. On June 27th, 2017, Jake posted a video titled, "I got arrested! Cops do not know my rights!" In the video, he's having some fun with his pals on a pier, doing lots of flips and causing a scene. And then security showed up on bikes, and Jake booed them.
Boo! We're just doing flips. Boo to these seaside cops.
And then when the security started writing up tickets, Jake booed them even more.
He's running a ticket.
I don't know. Nah. Boo.
But basically, we all got clickbaited because he only got a ticket. On July 22nd, he uploaded another video titled, "I'm going to jail, not clickbait." And because he specified not clickbait, I fully trust him now. Anyway, he basically ignored the ticket that he got in the mail and subsequently missed his court date, and there was a warrant out for his arrest. So it was clickbait a second time. He's really not going to jail. He just paid the fine, and that was it. Moving on to the real juice. The Jalal Brothers, Max Jalal, Rabin Jalal, and Armand Jalal. On February 22nd, 2016, the Jalals posted a prank video to their YouTube channel that shows them staging a fake drive-by shooting with fake AK-47s pointed out of their car. It also involved a little girl who clutched onto her father as fake sounds of gunfire poured out of the window. On February 24th, they were arrested by counter-terrorism police for both that video and the multitude of prank videos where they've dressed in traditional Arab robes and thrown bags toward people and ran away, had fake bombs strapped to their chests, and did fake public executions. But it's just a prank. Following a month-long investigation, police commissioner said, "We believe the tipping point has been reached where the content is completely unacceptable and it is in fact criminal, and that is how we will be proceeding with it." And here's what the eldest brother Max wrote on Facebook. "Victoria Police Logic. There's rapists, pedophiles, drug dealers, the list goes on, but they're so proud they arrested us. LMAO, go get some real criminals." And then they were ordered by an Australian judge to publicly apologize. Ooh, you gotta say sorry. Austin Jones. On June 12, 2017, YouTuber Austin Jones was arrested upon arriving at O'Hare International Airport in Chicago. He was charged with 2 counts of production of child pornography. He was soliciting these graphic videos from his underage fans. Jones first came under fire in 2015 over allegations of him asking for twerking videos from underage girls, which led him to posting a video to explain all of that.
But first, what I want to do is set the record straight. Since this started online, there are a lot of rumors and a lot of lies. They're just not true. Nothing ever went further than twerking videos. There were never any nudes, never any physical contact. It never happened.
The charging document that was posted the day after his arrest read in part, he admitted that he had used Facebook to have sexually explicit chats with the girls, that he directed them to make videos of themselves dancing in a sexually explicit way, and instructed them on what to wear, say, and do in the videos, including performing sexual acts, knowing that they were 14 to 15 years old. Nicole Skye. Nicole posted one of those classic storytime videos about the time that she was arrested when she was 15. From what she can recall, she went to a party with people that she didn't really know that well, and she got a little bit too drunk. Something she does remember, however, is seeing the cops when she was just outside taking a breath of fresh air.
See the cops see me, and I end up hopping over fences, like jumping them, like I got Michael Jordan hops. Like I was just like, boo, boo.
And then all she remembers after that is being in the cop car and being rude to the police officer. She told him things like, "Go f yourself and suck your dick." In the end, she was only charged with public intoxication and was released. Jack Gilinsky. Jack Gilinsky was arrested for shoplifting a sweatshirt at LAX. And his best friend Jack Johnson posted the entire thing to Snapchat.
Yo, so I did not expect these guys to actually take Gilinsky to jail. Like, he accidentally stole the sweatshirt, like, complete accident, instantly turned around, offered to pay for it, and the manager still wanted him to go to jail.
According to Johnson, it was a complete accident, and he offered triple what the sweatshirt was worth, but the manager wasn't having any of that and wanted him formally charged. His pal followed him to prison, where he chanted "Free Gilinsky" outside. And then the hashtag Free Gilinsky started trending on Twitter. Eventually, his best pal posted his $5,000 bail. And he was free! Mike Lombardo. 25-year-old YouTuber and musician Mike Lombardo was arrested in July 2012 for encouraging 11 minors to send him explicit photos and videos. He was arrested after a 7-month FBI investigation that started when he arranged to meet with a 15-year-old fan from Indiana. Assistant U.S. Attorney Tamara Thompson wrote in a sentencing memorandum, "Lombardo took advantage of his position as an internet star and took advantage of his following of female teenage fans on YouTube. He was sentenced in February 2013 to 5 years in prison and 5 years probation, and also having to register as a sex offender." Jacob Sartorius. 15-year-old Vine star turned YouTuber was arrested on August 8th of this year after neighbors thought someone was robbing his house. He tweeted a video at 4:50 a.m. and said, "There were helicopters flying over our house. Minutes after this video, our back door got kicked in and I was pinned to the ground." He of course explained further in a video on his channel.
And I hear at the door, the guy's like, "All right, sir, when you open the door, please walk out to me backwards." I opened the door really fast because they were about to kick it down. There was guns out there. It was crazy. There's like 15 cops with guns loaded and they made me walk backwards. They handcuffed me right away.
He goes on to say that after a lot of questions, officers told him it was a misunderstanding. Apparently neighbors called and said that there was an armed robbery taking place. So there you have it. Even more YouTubers who got arrested. And there's still more. There's still more, you guys. Which arrest was the most shocking to you, and would you want a part 3 to this madness? Let us know in the comments below, like this video, and subscribe for more What's Trending.